Hello and good afternoon.
Hi, Era. This is Holly West.
What you doing, Holly West?
Calling in to talk to you, I think.
Yeah, we're going to be talking some music here, especially Into Infinity.
Awesome.
Oh my God, how did you build this song? Because the way that it is put together, there's no way that it just went 1, 2, 3, it's done. I mean, you guys had to have sat back, studied it a little bit more, took a chance, put some of this in there, and then boom, here it is.
Yeah, it took a lot. Basically, it was the last track that we wrote when we wrote the record, and Fred, our drummer, had actually written the lyrics. I write all the lyrics for the songs, but he wanted to take a chance of writing his own lyrics for a song. And him being from Peru, I had to kind of edit some things just to make it make sense and to flow right and everything. And so, but as far as the music, Fred and Cesar, they produced all the music and figured out the parts, and they kind of wanted a ballad feel, but not too ballady, you know? And so they gave me the track, and I had the lyrics that Fred had written. So I just kind of had to make sense. And I really wanted to elongated words and phrases and things. So that's kind of how this formed Into Infinity.
I often wondered what that was like when it came to the lyrics of a song, because I mean, even Ricky Martin or Mark Anthony had to go through those kinds of changes with their Latin music into English, because I mean, it's got such a different vibe and emotion with it.
Right, and that is kind of why our band is set up the way that it is with the record, like how we wrote everything. The guys kind of worked on the basics of the music to make everything flow musically, and then I worked on the lyrics, because it's not that we're targeting we're targeting English, I guess you could say, so it is a little harder for someone who just Fred's only been in the US for a few years, so he wants to say a certain thing, and then I have to come in and try to make sure that it makes sense to everyone.
Now, in a really weird way, because what you guys recorded the music down there in Peru, is there, if you could strip away the metal guitars, would it easily become a reggaeton or a merengue?
No, because no, I don't think so. Because just the way that the melodies are, they're definitely not very reggaeton. And also, the drums, Fred comes from that very Latin feel, and you can feel a little bit of that in his drumming, but it's definitely not centered around what that would be.
One of the things that you are opening the door for, first of all, is that radio and even YouTube is missing a lot of women up there in the lead vocal range, and we need to get back into that again, because it can't be a male dominated music world. Yeah,
and I think that we're on our way with that. It's we're just we're kind of young in those I guess ideologies, to where we think that, someone can't do something based off of their sex or their race or whatever. And it's definitely, I think right now we're taking a big turn into realizing that we're all just human, and we all can do, anything we put our minds to. So it is nice to see a lot of women breaking through and doing some really big things, and not people not thinking that they can't do it. They know they can.
Especially on that bass guitar. I mean, because we have Abby Kay here in the Carolinas, and Abby is just ripping. Yeah. Oh my God, she's just ripping that bass guitar apart.
She's doing a really good job. She's very young, and she's very ambitious, and I really wish her a lot of success. We had an interview with her on a channel that I did with her bass instructor, who is Nita Strauss's bassist. Yes. And so we had a little during the pandemic, we had a little bass program on YouTube, and we had an interview with her, and I was really I really admire her. her and her playing is very good too. Absolutely.
Now, with you
Absolutely.
on the bass, does that allow you to write the song? I mean, you've already got that rhythm already going on inside your head.
Yeah. And you can kind of tell my lyrics and harmonies are very percussive. They're not very drawn out. I try to put a little bit, I think in this song into Infinity, I tried to put a lot more drawn out vowels and stuff in the lyrics, but I definitely have a more percussive take on harmonies, and I definitely try to make it marry the bass grooves, because it's a little difficult to play bass and sing at the same time. Takes a long time. With guitar, you can kind of get away with either holding back on the guitar and singing, or playing rhythm and singing. And so with bass, you're trying to marry the rhythm plus some melody in there. So it's a little fine line you got to walk.
Well, you've got to keep your ears in tune with those drums too, don't you?
Absolutely. You have to be motivated by the drums to play, the right rhythm. And it is a big balancing act.
Yeah. How important is TikTok? And the reason why I bring that up is because we did an outdoor performance yesterday, and I swear to God, every kid was bringing us something that they discovered on TikTok. And it's like, is that the new transistor radio?
I wish I could say. I really hate the way that social media platforms have shown, I guess, this new generation how to find things, because it's almost like, you can think that the algorithms are going in your favor, but sometimes they're not.
Right.
And what is an algorithm? What is this whole thing? It's very confusing, because once you get set on one social media site and you gain following and fans there, it's really hard to just go to another one and start building that too, without just reproducing the same material. And it might get to the same fans, but then you get a lot of the older fans, and then they're just seeing the same thing 3 or 4 times. It's a really, really crazy balancing act in itself, to navigate social media. But I mean, if that's the way people are finding stuff, I mean, we're on TikTok, so.
Before you hit that stage, what's your go-to before that performance? Is there something a ritual of some sort that you have to go through?
I really try to keep myself very healthy. I try to eat well that day. I try to drink plenty of water, especially for vocals. You don't want to be dehydrated at all. You also don't want to have, I have food allergies, so I have to stay away from certain foods before I sing. Just try to take care of myself as much as I can. I do a vocal warm up probably an hour before I go on, and about 20-30 minutes before I do sound check. And definitely have, electrolytes.
Oh, yeah.
And just try to connect with the band. And that's about it.
A lot of times people don't understand that there is a difference between the personality inside the recording studio and the personality that's on that stage. How do you keep them married together without, going, man, I wish I was back in the studio. I could have been this, or I could have done that.
Well, yeah, you really push yourself in the studio. And Cesar, our guitar player, he's a vocal coach for the Voice Peru. So he's very, very professional, and he also, really tries to bring the best out of me. So it is a very different feel, and I do listen to the songs as much as possible to contain that feeling that I've already put on the record, and just try to do proper breathing exercises when I'm on stage, so I'm not running out of breath, or I'm not able to perform the way that I need to perform. Now, I am behind a microphone with a bass, so it's hard to perform like I do in, say, Zepparella or like a 3-piece or something, where I'm not singing. But as far as singing and playing, just trying to be in the moment, I try to inflect everything with my voice. And then on the parts that I don't have to sing, I try to engage with the audience as much as possible.
You just brought up an interesting picture there. You're on the bass, on the vocals. How don't you keep from getting dizzy? Because, when there are times I can hear that bass note and go, what the heck just hit me here? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. There have been times I've been on stage and there's like subwoofers under the stage, and you hit that low E and you're going, wow. It's powerful. It's very powerful. Yeah.
Any talks of later in the fall tour or anything?
Yeah, we're touring all year to promote the record. Excuse me. We're starting this tour in September. Yeah. It'll go until December. It's not consecutive, but it's every month we'll be in a different part of the U.S. Pushing the record.
Are you coming down to the South?
Yes, we'll be not the eastern coast South, but we are going to be in Dallas.
Ooh, nice.
We are going to be in New Mexico and Arizona, so that's still I know that's kind of west, but I'm from Dallas, so I understand, the South. I think I'm when I was in Texas, I was the South. Anything north was not the South. No, just kidding. But we were having some discussions in December of going over where you guys are. Just haven't made that decision yet. But hopefully between December and maybe March, we'll get out there.
Absolutely. Come down here where the sunshine is during those winter months. You wouldn't have to worry about all the snow. Yeah.
That's right.
Wow. So where can listeners go to find out more information about the band, about this new song, about everything that's going on? And I'm sure you've got merchandise that they can get as well.
Absolutely. And we actually started Dead Groove as a clothing company first. Yeah. So we have deadgrooveclothing.com, and it has a bunch of different designs because Fred is a graphic designer, and he actually is a graphic designer for Cleopatra Records. And so he does lots and lots of stuff. And so all of our designs are available there at deadgrooveclothing.com. We should be dropping a new video for Into Infinity very, very soon. And we're actually all AI to make the video. So it's going to be it's going to be an acid trip. You're going to feel like you're on some drugs for sure.
Man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Because the whole song is about going, where we go when we die, or when we go from here, we go into this infinite unknown place. And so all of the prompts for this video are like outer space and going, it's just really crazy. So that'll be on YouTube, but we'll definitely drop it on our website. And then all of our social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all at Dead Groove Band.
I love it. Please come back to the show anytime in the future, Holly. The door is always going to be open for you.
Thank you so much, Arrow. Appreciate it.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay?
You too.